we're going to be doing outbound today as well. And then going into like the person's situation, going through their decision making process within the situation phase, and then diving into problems, right? So we're kind of going to do the first three phases of the call because if we get those bits right, that's what will enable us to, for one, make sure our call times are a lot lower. And then secondly, make sure that we cover all of the relevant points that help us to know the qualification criteria, right? So I think you guys using the checkpoints to help you will be massively important. I know some of you do the process quite differently as well, so I want to respect that. But just make sure that you have everything covered and it's quite smooth, right? The smoothness is what I'm looking for, guys. Not that you say a certain word that I want you to say. That's just obviously rubbish. But I just want you to, I want it to feel comfortable, like a really good conversation, and you're moving through it swiftly. Dorian, we'll have you on it. You will do an outbound for me. So I'm going to be a lead that has basically opted in on Instagram. It was about a week ago. So that was the time it was. And yeah, and I don't really know too much. Literally just opted into a resource, haven't done anything else aside from that. So just give me a ring.
All right, ring, ring.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, is this Taylor?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, man, it's Dorian here. I think you responded to one of our posts on getting into YouTube automation. Does that sound familiar?
Uh, yeah, YouTube automation. Yeah, I've seen a few guys that do that.
Yeah, you talking about faceless channels, creating a passive source of income on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, the Asian dude. Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah,
Right,
he's
there we
pretty cool. He's
go.
got some good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Cool, man. No, I just had a few minutes to touch base, see what's going on with you. You got 2 minutes?
2 minutes? 2 minutes? Yeah, I've definitely got 2 minutes.
All right, super quickly. I mean, tell me, what is it that initially got you interested in this thing?
Yeah, I mean, so I just want to figure out ways to make passive income. You guys seem to help with that. So yeah, tell me what you got.
Okay, all right. Do you mind me asking, like, what's going on with you right now? Like, why is it that you want to create a passive source of income at this point?
Um, yeah, because I mean, with what I do for work and stuff, it's not enough. So I need to just create another stream.
Oh, okay, all right. Do you mind me asking, like, what is it that you do for work?
Oh, yeah. So I drive buses.
All right, okay, nice. So, how long have you been doing that?
Yeah, it's been a while, mate. I've been doing it for the last like 10 years. Absolutely love it. I really enjoy it. I just want to make more money.
All right, yeah, got it. I mean, tell me, like, after 10 years, what is it that sort of is happening with your life right now that you're thinking, all right, I need to get another source of income?
Well, just not making enough.
All right. And is that sort of, if you don't mind me asking, like reflecting on your family life and stuff like your personal life, like the lack of funds, if that makes sense?
Um, yeah, but like, yeah, I just want to figure out what you guys do. If you can like talk to me more about that.
No, no, I understand. I'll definitely get a little bit in detail on what we do just slightly later. I'm just trying to understand and comprehend like what is it that's going on with you so that, I can even see whether this thing is really for you or not. You know what I mean? Because yeah, we all want to make more money, but maybe this is the right way for you to do it. Maybe there's another way. So I just want to get a little bit more context on you to see whether, you're actually a fit for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm assuming you have things that cost money, right? Like, how much does your program cost?
Well, to be honest with you, at this point, I don't even know. Honestly, like everything we do here is pretty custom made. We got things going on from $97 all the way up to 15,000 to $15,000. You know what I mean? Like it really
Oh, can you
depends.
send
And
me the $97 then? That one sounds good.
yeah, sure, I can definitely send you the link for the $97, but it really depends whether that is for you, and it depends on how much support you need. You know what I mean? Because for $97, you might not get what you really want. So it might be, that you need something a little bit extra, maybe a little bit of extra one-on-one support to really get you to where you want to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Can you send me? Can you just send me the options then? Just send me an email because I've got to go now.
I can definitely send you the email, man. But yeah, if you really gotta go, you gotta go. But I just wanted to have a little chat with you, see what's going on. But yeah, do you mind like quickly answering like me asking what will be like the goal for this thing in general?
Yeah, I've got to go, man. Just call me back later.
All right, see you, man. Bye bye.
Cool. All right, excellent. So I was a bit of an arse in that one, but I think it's really good for us to dive into it. So I think you started off really, really well. Introduction was personable, straight into it. We were going into the situation phase, so that was good. A little frame that you used, I just had a minute to get back to you. Really good way of using authority. It's not that you don't have that like you have loads of time for them, but it's the other way around, right? So I think you did that frame very, very well. I think where it trailed off is when we started going like there was a few questions that were like really direct really soon. There wasn't really much context around them,
Okay.
right? And a typical thing that I noticed that you ask a lot, you keep saying, "Do you mind me asking?" or "I hope you don't mind me asking." I heard that
Right.
about 3 or 4 times. Like the problem is if prospects identify patterns, they can tell that this is scripted or it's a process. You want to make it feel like it isn't a process, that it's just a simple conversation, right? Obviously, we're role playing in front of loads of people. It's never comfortable. We do stupid stuff, me included. So that happens as
It's all
well.
good. It's all
But
good.
overall, I think falling into the more direct and personal questions meant that we were going off different trails, right? So I think just keeping it disciplined with your process. What is it you do? Oh, how long have you been doing it? You did really really well. And then I said, yeah, about wanting to make more money. And then you caught on to that and you thought, right, let's start talking more about that then. And then I ended up saying kind of the same thing when you asked me the question. So we were just going in loops,
Right.
right? So at that point, when you figure out how long they do it, it's then a case of, well, that's interesting. So I guess why, like YouTube automation specifically, out of all the different things out there with making money, right? So that they talk more about that. They kind of sell themselves into it a little bit. And at that point, I would then go, okay, well, that's interesting. And, going from you being a bus driver for the last 10 years, that's obviously a big decision to make to do something like this. Like, is this something where you require your wife to be on board with you, or, you have a family like you take care of that need your approval for that? Or is this something you're doing by yourself? Right? Just a
Right.
light qualifier question. They're like, yes, cool, whatever. Like it doesn't matter what they say, but just have it as like notes for the closers. They know a little bit about what that decision making process looks like. And then
Okay.
from there, dive straight into problem goals, however order, whatever order you like to go into it. And that just would have been a lot easier. So I think just trying not to fall into certain rabbit holes and just sticking by your process is what will help you to get through it a lot quicker rather than just going through a bunch of loops. Because then we fell into
Understood.
justification mode at that point when I was like, what have you got? What about your program? And it was just a very long 1 minute, 1 minute and a half justification. And at that point, I was like, I'm busy. I need to go. Like, because that's the reason I said that is because I felt the salesperson in you come out, and I was just not interested at that point, right?
Okay.
So we just want to remain a little bit more detached. And if you follow the process that works best for you, it just means you're not going into those other rabbit holes. So that's the big theme of the call, I think, just not going into the irrelevant rabbit holes, if that makes sense.